Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So I allowed this to completely dry and I'm gonna bring it up closer, you guys, so you can just see not only the pencil marks but all of the luscious, delicious textures and paints and inks and pencils and oh my goodness, like look at this, you guys. And this is what I am after. I'm after the juice. And this looks very, very juicy, right? And one of the things I find about using a pencil, besides the juxtaposition of the, the very humble gray graphite color, and just the contrast of that with like these vibrant inks and paints and what have you, is that not only is that juxtaposition interesting, but it keeps the tension alive in your painting. And I don't know if I've talked about tension before, but that's basically what juxtaposition is, right? It's that tension. It's that like, it's kind of got that like push-pull. And I don't mean the push-pull in the sense of you're pushing things back and you're pulling things forward, but a push-pull like, your eye is constantly being drawn to, the beauty of the line and the simplicity of the pencil, the very neutral gray color of the pencil, and then it's like going to say a more brighter part of the painting. So it's that like, that tension, which is what gives your art not only juice but interest, curiosity. It makes the eye stay longer on your painting. So these are all different techniques that artists use to just keep your eye moving around the page, to keep you interested, to get your curiosity going. So yeah, using a pencil has so many different purposes, you guys. I cannot stress enough. And what happens is that like I allowed everything to dry and now I can go in. So I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna just use a graphite pencil, right? So this is just an HB pencil. And I'm just gonna make some marks over top of this chalk paint. Now this chalk paint over here, I've talked about it many times. It's Waverly chalk paint and it's cashew. So it's a very neutral color. And I do have titanium white, but I used to use it all the time. And then I replaced my titanium white with cashew. And this is a very warm, neutral whitish color. It's got a very yellow undertone, which you can't really see the yellow, but it's just like really rich and creamy. Plus it's chalk, right? So because it's chalk, like I'm just gonna show you here, right? Like let me see. What do I? You know what? I'm gonna write a number on here. And I'm gonna make some marks. So see, because it is on the chalk, it's really gonna pop, right? It's not gonna be like writing on regular paper or acrylic, just acrylic paint or ink, right? So I'm just gonna follow this line here, and what I'm doing is I'm just like kind of going on the side of the pencil to make it like really thick. And that's the thing, you guys, like once you learn how to use your pencil to make different effects, you can get thin lines, you can get delicate lines, you can get lines that like are almost invisible, like they just disappear for a second, and then you can get like really thick, juicy, like look at that, just thick lines, very expressive. And all I'm doing is I'm just using the side, using the tip, using the side, using the tip, getting that like thick, kind of broad part of the pencil. And then you can just continue layering, you guys. And what I'm gonna do actually is I am gonna add some of my painter's tape on the parts that I want to preserve, right? So I am remembering more and more to actually use it, because for the longest time I would talk about it and then I forget to kind of actually apply it. Ooh, I just love that pop over there, that pop. pop of color. And over here, I'm gonna cover up that number because I really love it. Sometimes, you guys, when I'm covering it up, when I'm covering up pieces of what I want to retain, I realize that I've covered up actually a lot of the page. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's almost everything. But it's okay. I'd rather cover it up so I have it rather than like cover it up with painter's tape so I can retain it rather than cover it up completely and then there's no way for me to get it back, right? I do want to keep some of the pencil parts too. That's super important. And I want that part. And I want that part. Now I'm probably going to keep some more parts too, you know, but that's the parts I really, really want. Okay, and I'm just going to keep on like adding paints and adding pencils and building up my page, right? So I'm going to make these marks here, which is a favorite of mine, just kind of a pattern. I just love that. And now this is my Inktense again. And Inktense, you guys, it comes in a wide range of colors. They do kind of tend to be a bit pricey, but you can also buy them in singles, I think, at Dick Blick. And if you were just gonna try them out, I would recommend that you get like a blue, a black, maybe a red, you know, and just try it out and see if you even like it. Oh, I love it. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. Oh, just so expressive, right? Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna add some of this orange here. I'm just gonna really smush it into the page. And this is what I do, you guys. I just keep on going back and forth, right? Like I can work with some paints and inks and then, you know, add some pencils and then, you know, just back and forth, back and forth. And I also, what I've been doing is also retaining parts of the white page because I really love that. So it's just a constant building up my layers, building up my layers. And this works particularly well if you're strapped for time because, you know, I've talked about this when you make backgrounds. It's just a matter of like, okay, making the most use of your time. I've got 5 minutes. What can I do? Well, you can actually do a lot. You can throw down some paints and inks and, you know, you can lay down some collage. You can't do a lot, like in the sense of like if there are 5 steps, you can't do all 5 steps, but you can do 1 step, right? And it all adds up. I worked like this for years and it was just a really good way of me maximizing my time. There. And then you guys, you can also use, I'm not going to, but you can use Posca markers. You can use collage, like I put tea bags down here, but you can use other kinds of collage, patterned paper, handmade papers, dictionary pages. I mean, you know, the sky's the limit, really. And let's see here. And this is my ink tints, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna smush this in here. Do you see how expressive this is though, you guys? Like, look at this. And this is Derwent ink tints, you guys. And it is absolutely luscious. And this is called Deep Indigo. But just look at the expressive quality of those lines. And then once it dries, you can seal it with Mod Podge. You can, you know, you can do whatever you want to do, really. But I'm gonna let this dry. And anyways, you guys, I hope that this has been helpful, inspiring, informative, and I really hope that you guys will look closer at your humble little pencil. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.